Well, hi there, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Winning Ways, where we've got a hell of a show. We've got lots of racing from Johannesburg. It was a big meeting, Sansui Summer Cup Day. And also we got an Aussie in the ring today. This could be quite difficult because Laf's going to interview Barry Bardich. He's the bloodstock manager at Magic Millions. I see you got a lot of stuff there. I hope you got a lot of notes on this.
I don't need notes on this stuff. Someone put it in front of me, but I've got it.
Give him a bit of a hard time.
I'm going to roast him. These
Aussies, you know, are full of bloody bull they are because they beat us once in a rugby match.
That's right.
Yeah,
and once in a cricket match.
Once in a cricket match, yeah, but their trouble's coming now.
Yeah.
They battled to beat the New Zealanders. Did you see that little farce the other day? Yeah.
That's right.
Another tailor-made pitch, but they thought Warren was playing, but he wasn't. Yeah.
Warren.
Okay.
Yeah, but just remiss us we don't talk about the soccer.
No, we've got to talk about the soccer. I don't want to.
Yeah, wonderful for Vardy. What a great player.
Vardy, what a player.
Yeah. He 11 games. He's broken the record. 11 goals in a row. It's an incredible record.
Against Manchester United. You know those poor fish, those poor little red devils. They're looking like red puppies at the moment. Yeah.
The only ones who really made ground up the top was Man City. 3-1 win.
Yeah,
they're back on top, I think.
Yeah, they're back on top, but not for long. Your team didn't play badly against
they
some
played well.
reasonable opposition.
I remember years ago Mourinho saying Spurs parked the bus. I'd like to know what he had: the caravan, the bus, everything. They had no one forward.
He had the whole of the Pikey camp there.
They parked a lot there.
It was ridiculous. Anyway, that's pathetic. This football's a farce. I'm very unhappy because my teams are really
struggling.
Lost all their best players. They're all falling off with hamstring injuries and all these type of things. But anyway, we're here in one piece and we're ready to go and have a look at 3 to follow.
And they are off in the Travers. Flower Alley is the winner.
His dad, Distorted Humor, he's probably one of his best sons at stud.
I'll have another. Wins the Derby.
Lilacs and Lace, 48-1, upset.
He's just a big, strong, leggy horse.
Well, we got one from each centre, and we kick off with Kenilworth. Wednesday race meeting. The Kenilworth season's coming into full fire, and we'll be looking at the Guineas as your blast from the past. But let's go and have a look at the first race at Kenilworth. They ran 1,200 metres, and we picked up Brett Crawford's first timer here. What a nice horse this is.
Yeah, it's a horse called Orion Quest, and it gets out quite well. It's got a bit of speed. It gets up into Vanguard quite quickly. Your winner is the horse that was fancied at... and that is Shamrock Skipper. This is from the Dennis Dry stable. That's leading in the white on the outside, very fast. And then Overshadow runs a cracking good race too. That's in the Ulster colours. But the horse we found's in the pink cap. You'll see it if we get a different angle. It's right up near the pace, and I think it's a little green later in the race, but runs a sparkling debut, I thought.
Yeah, it's got the pink cap. You can just see it sneaking into the picture in that line of 4 in front. And here it's one off the right-hand side. Looks like a nice actioned horse by Trippy out of a Mutterfall mare, bred by our friends Bush Hill Stud, so they bred another good one. Yeah. They bred a couple of really good horses. They bred a Summer Cup winner, I think.
That's right.
Nice to see them stepping out another one. This horse just gets a bit tired at the end. There was no support for it in the betting. It just shortened into 3 to 1, which is not much support, but obviously shown a lot of pace and shown the stable some form.
Yeah, that was very good, Davey. There was certainly a bit of interest in the market, but the favourite to be pushed out to get up. The front 2 ran good races, but keep an eye on this horse, Orion Quest. Nicely bred horse who's obviously showing the stable something.
Right, we move on to the next one, and we go to Vaal on the inside track, and it's a turf track at the Vaal, 26th of November, race 2. Maiden plate, fillies and mares, 1,200 metres. Our friend Adrian van Vuren and the team stepped out. Mrs. Bader, well named.
Yeah, I wonder if it's after Douglas Bader or if there's something more sinister in the Bader.
Well, it's by Royal Air Force.
Okay, Douglas Bader.
It's out of a mare called What's in the Name. Ian Hayes bred it, Dr. Hayes.
Yeah.
And You know,
Yeah.
the Lebs, you know,
Yeah,
what they call Bader.
I think this will go with Royal Air Force. Got to be Douglas Bader.
Douglas Bader. Okay, well,
the
what's
guy
in the
with no
name? Let's
legs.
go and see what Mrs. Bader's got to do. This is a really good run.
Yeah, it comes out of the gate very slowly, this horse, and has no idea what's going on.
It
You can
actually
see
doesn't even jump.
It's lost, as you can see in the orange and black silks, and the speed is on early. You know, the horse is down the inside. It looked like the race was going to be run down the inside with Ultimate Survivor and Dragon Var showing a lot of speed on the inside. And this horse gets into the race. He's quite quick the way, I should say, she is. She's quite quick in the orange silk. She moves up to close to the lead. The winner is a horse called Honolulu Bay. This is Pierre Stratum, who sits just in behind them, waiting to pounce behind Ultimate Survival and Dragon Var. They're the speed on the inside.
Yeah, the winner's in the red cap, about 4th, and this filly now starts to move right into contention. But she's had to do it the hard way. She's been under the gun the whole way from the start, and she's got great action, this filly. This might be quite a nice filly, well worth having a good look at. Certainly over 1,400 meters and then maybe even a mile. She's by Royal Air Force, as we say, and out of a Western Winter mare, and really runs on extremely well here to end up running second behind the easy winner, Honolulu Bay. So that's worth having a good look at. The next one we're going to go and have a look at is we go to Greyville on Sunday, and Charles Laird's got a slew of good horses. He steps out another Western Winter. This looks like it can run.
Yeah, a nice big horse. I saw it in the ring, and a typical Marcus, right? He gets him at the race early. He doesn't stand on ceremony. They've ringed the wrong horse. It's the horse next door. It came out slightly to the left in the Ulster colours and goes up to the lead. The eventual winner is the grey horse on its inside. And this is a smart debut because he rallies to the line, even though he's comfortably beaten by Son of Silver.
Son of Silver did look like the absolute business in the race. He'd run close to horses like Mr. Roy, who ended up winning the race earlier in the day. And he'd been gelded, and he looked like the right horse. Nantius is sitting 3rd and absolutely parked off. He's out of Redout's choice mare, so you'd expect him to be quite a nice horse. He's certainly got the pedigree.
Yeah, it's a good debut. It's a debut over a 7 furlong, which is never that easy, but this horse travels nicely with Anton Marcus here, just waiting to pounce into the stretch. And the eventual winner is always travelling well in the red cap right behind him. Now Fish Durgeon is looking to angle out, doesn't get the angle, goes in, because Nantius has attacked the pacemaker. The pacemaker's now thrown in the towel, and these two are clear.
They look like they're going to fight it out, but Son of Silver goes right past him, and just greenness gets the better of him. He doesn't really get a hard ride, this horse, and Anton just keeps him to the task and make sure that he runs second. He's just getting punched out there, and make sure he runs second. He'll improve a lot from this run, I would have thought.
Yeah, that's right. Just got a little tired late in the race. So keep an eye on that. That's Nantius, the Western Winter.
Right, we're going to go and have a look at Blast from the Past, and it's coming to Guineas season in Cape Town, and what a race the Guineas is going to turn out to be.
There's some great racing. The Guineas, the Queen's Plate, the Met, they're all coming. There's great racing. There's the Mallorca. Some top horses going to race down there.
Well, the horse that won this Guineas is a Cape Town born and bred horse. He ended up standing at stud there in the series area. Let's go and have a look and see if you can pick up who this one is.
Gates are open. Soft Falling Rain pulling clear. Soft Falling Rain's won the SA Nursery by 3.
Racing in the 2000 Guineas. Gates fly, and they're racing in the Godolphin Mile.
They're off and racing.
Weight didn't matter. Class tells. Soft Falling Rain, much too good. Soft Falling Rain, an impressive Guineas winner. Soft Falling Rain is drawing clear.
He's made it 7 out of 7 by winning here today.
But it's Soft Falling Rain who is powering away. We'll see out the mile in style. A high-class performer wins the Nay of Joel Stakes.
Shahan Malhib.
Those in, they're ready to race in the August Guineas. Gates are open, they're sent on their way. High Razor was a little slow into stride. Along the inside, Swift Target began well. That's one of the early leaders. The favourite London News came away beautifully, settling in second, just a half length off them. There goes Ganzamaka around horses on the far side, and Planetary Music off to overcome a bad draw. Mustang Manny is going up handy. London News now settling in 5th position, 4 lengths off him, has the run of the rail. El Tiburon in behind that. Then it's K Puns and Mazabaru about 9 lengths off them, with Northern Fair further back. One covered on the far side is trying to make up ground on the far side is What a Prospect. They being followed by Ashton Town. Northern Fair took a slight check there on the turn. Dance Every Dance Racing just in behind that one. Freedom Fortune, High Razor and St. Lazare at the back of the field, and about 12 lengths cover them. 800 metres left to go. Ganzamacher on a tight rein dictates the pace, has the lead by half over Planetary Music gone up on the far side. Swift Target down at the rail races in 3rd. They being followed then on the far side by Mustang Manny. What a Prospect poised to have a crack at them, 3 lengths off them, and London News is making ground along the inside. They come down to the final 450. Ganzamacher, Planetary Music. Swift Target along the inside. London News is 2 lengths off them, starting to come on now. They followed by Mustang Manny. League Title is also running on. Then it's El Tiburon. Planetary Music has come to the front now, and the Guineas, they come to the final 250. London News is in hot pursuit up the centre. Planetary Music, Ganzamacher's wrestling back gamely. League Title and Ashton Town. It's wide open. Ashton Town, London News, Ashton Town. Fortress to the front to win it. London News, League Title.
Well, there you go, Ashton Town. What a horse he was. I think he was bred by the DeVets, Ashton Town.
Very good
come
horse.
from.
It looked like our friend London News was going to win it when he got produced, but this horse swamped.
Brilliant miler.
Came flying through. Yeah, brilliant
and
miler.
As it shows, the Guineas, if you heard some of those horses, Planetary Music hit the front going through the 200. There were horses there that are real loss from the past. So that was great fun. And we look forward to the Guineas in a couple of weeks' time. It's going to be great as well. So let's go and have a look at the plum of the week.
It's London Call, the leader. African Dream. Ice Machine is now coming forward down the inside. Ice Machine now comes into the lead. London Call, African Dream, but Ice Machine's going on today. And Ice Machine wins it well by 2.5 to 3. African Dream second, Master Archer and National Key.
Well, there you go, Ice Machine, and what a price he was. You could have got 8 to 10 on Interbet at best. He looked like an absolute blinder on the day. Banker in the pick 6, he was well in at the weights, and he's getting ready for the Queen's Plate. He looks certainly
He'll
like
be a threat in the Queen's Plate because he's a very good horse. His name's not Ice Machine, it's The Machine now. He's really come well. And I was speaking to Arthur Marcus, he said, when this horse is moving well, he's very talented.
Well, that means that you Carpenars, you better be a bit careful because we're coming over the mountain. Charlie's coming to give you something to think about. Dennis Dry's there at the moment giving them a lot of aggravation.
What does the cock call him?
Yeah, mountain goats.
The mountain goats. He's coming to take, Mike de Cox, I'm coming to take on the mountain goats.
Oh, well, there you go. So we're going to go and have a look at current affairs. We've got a huge current affairs. We've got about 7 features from Turfendine, and we've got a bit of news as well. But we're just reefing to get into Barry Bardich. That's where we're going to have some fun.
Bet on any sport at any time, even during play. From as little as R2, you too can be part of the action. With over 20 sports betting options, Interbet offers you more variety and the best odds. Go to www.interbet.co.za now.
Right, welcome to Current Affairs, where we had great racing up in the Haarveld, a lot of features. There was only province having feature race or stakes racing over the weekend. We've got some news from a couple of other Group 1s around the world, but let's get straight into the action coming out of Gauteng. And from race 3 all the way through to race 9, there were group racing. And James, a good day's racing.
Superb day's racing and some superb results.
Yeah.
In a mixture between the big and the small yards. And the first one, we're going to the Magnolia. It's a Group 3. It's a very good field of fillies, and I think that it deserves to be better grouped in this.
Okay.
They're the best sprinting fillies around. Quinta ended up winning it for Stanley Ferreira. He's a very good trainer, Stanley Ferreira.
Yeah.
He had the top filly, Highveld filly this year. What a lady. He's got this filly, Quinta, absolutely primed and produced to perfection. And she won a great race. Let's go and pick them up at the 600.
The lads, Easy Street behind that one, and towards the inside, Winter Star's got about 6-7 lengths to make up. 600 to go. The leader's on the stand side. Quinta has picked it up by a couple of lengths. Joe Malone's racing second. Down the inside is Lumia. Perfumed Ladies right on the inside of the track has got 2 lengths to make up. Eros's Girls running a big race on the outside. Mela Maria and Silver Class between runners had to check for a stride over there. Then came behind those ones towards the outside. Lumia. They raced down to the last 200 metres. Lumia's in front down the inside. Silver Class. Quinta's on the outside with the Eros's Girl. Quinta picks it up on the outside. Silver Class runs a cracker. Quinta and Silver Class. Quinta got there from Silver Class. Third placing will go to Lumia.
So there we go, Stanley Ferreira for Roland Bauer. Well done to him. He buys decent fillies, he's breeding. And this by Cahal, the Chell Foundation with the breeders. This gutsy horse, James, I think it's had, what, 9 starts for 4 wins now?
Very, very good filly and a very gutsy win. And primed to perfection by Stanley, our mate Stanley Ferreira. He's been training a long time on an off
Yeah, he's been around the block. And Marco van Rensburg, well done to him. He was in the
I think Roland Bauer's been with him from the beginning.
Yeah, and Roland's a hell of a nice guy, you know, and he's buying some very nice fillies, and he's got a good one here. Well done to him, and well done to everyone concerned with this horse. As I said, the Gel Foundation bred this horse. Very gutsy, 9 starts, 4 wins now.
Right, we're going to go and have a look at the Merchants, which was the next one. They went 6 furlongs, so 1,160 metres as it is at Turfentine. The Merchants is always a very good race, and one of the most expensive horses ever to go through a ring, certainly the most expensive really to run a horse, ended up winning it. So there was fantastic compensation for Marcus and Ingrid Juster and the team that bought this. Let's go and have a look at the Merchants.
And Grease Paint, they're about 4 lengths off the leader, then Tiger Territory. Further back to Ispanel, Don Camarco. Behind that, Trip to Heaven's got about 5 lengths to go. Further back, White Line Fever. And right at the back end of the field is Roman Carnival. 500 to go. Dollar Dazzler on the stand side, racing together with Mod Barley. They're 2 lengths clear of Copper Parade. Down the centre, Brutal Force, Aurum Potts in the shake-up. Further back, Toro Rosso. Trip to Heaven is running on nicely. Behind that is Shakes Brashy. 250 to go. Now Brutal Force picks up the lead on the inside. On the stand side, Dollar Dazzler, Aurum Pot, then Mod Barley. It's Brutal Force in command. On the outside is Dollar Dazzler. These two, Brutal Force and Dollar Dazzler. Brutal Force from Dollar Dazzler. Brutal Force got there. Dollar Dazzler second. Pot and L.
Top horse is Brutal Force, and showed great resolution, always up with the speed. And the runner-up, a cracking good run as well too for Dollar Dazzler. And that went right the way. James, nice to see Yvette Bremner come up with a couple of horses, and Copper Parade did her proud.
Yeah, she ran 3rd and 5th in this race, and Copper Parade's won the Merchants before. He was well handicapped in the race. He's an 8-year-old, but he's still got a zest for racing. If you look at his form, he's never further back than 4 or 5 lengths off them. And he ran 3rd his last start behind Eldon Camarco. That's a new sprinter. Yeah. And Yvette's not scared to travel.
I'm pleased to see that. You know, there's some very good horses in Port Elizabeth, James.
Yeah, and he had a pony that was beautifully turned out.
Yeah,
you see the pony, it had all the plaits, mane, tail, the whole lot. So well done to them. But let's not get away from Brutal Force. He's a diesel machine, this horse. He just keeps galloping. He galloped them into the ground and kept on going.
By Western Winter, Lummers Kroll, the breeders, well done to them. Top setup for breeding. And James, well done to Joey Ramsden, Arthur Marcus. They were the winning trainer and jockey in us. So the run-up ran a good race for Alec Led.
Yeah.
Dollar Dazzler.
Excellent race for Alec Laird. We're going to go and move on from there, and we're going to go and have a look at, let's get our notes out here.
Filly's
it was
Mile.
the Filly's Mile, that's what it was. The 3-year-olds. Let's go and have a look at that, grade 3. It was this filly, funny enough, Washong Marwing said to me last time this ran, he said, go and have a bet. He said, I'll never tip your horse. Go and have a bet on this filly. This is the best filly, one of the best fillies I've ever sat on. She'll win the Triple Crown. Okay. So we had a bet, but she patently needed the run. Well, she came out, she didn't need the run here. Let's go and have a look at Negramo.
She had little option but to go and race there. Then came Alicia. Joan Rangers in fourth. Sap Sanders in the yellow, black and white colours. It's only 4 lengths adrift. Then came Intoma. Witchcraft is further back. Juxtapose feels the squeeze. Intergalactic has got it 7 lengths to make up, but Negro Amaro kicks away. 500 metres left to go. She's found herself 4 lengths in front of Intoma. Then comes Joan Ranger. Sap Sand, Melly Flora, Juxtapose they next. Negro Amaro set sail for home. The sticker's out. She's got a 3-length advantage over towards the inside. Heaps of Fun is trying to cover up some ground. Then comes Joan Ranger, but Negro Amaro, this is faith justified, and all the money is absolutely on the button. Negro Amaro in command for every inch is won. Heaps of Fun was second, Juxtapose third.
This was very impressive. This grey filly ran them off the feet. Nothing really managed to get a blow, and always going well. And well done to Johan Janssen and Furen, and of course Lawrence Werners. We just saw him, his colours with Dollar Dazzler for him and Chris Haber. That just got beat. They just get beaten the Dingans. He's got some very good horses at the moment, as Lawrence Werners.
He certainly has, and Johan's doing a great job for him. This was a Volgerbosdrift horse, and she sold for 400,000. Now, interesting, Volgerbosdrift won the 2 big 3-year-old races. Won this and the Dingans. And it shows you what a nursery it is, one of the best nurseries around. Yeah. Those pedigrees that Mary spent all those years buying, Brazil, Argentina, wherever she can buy
paying
them,
off.
They're really paying off. And this was out of an Al Mufti mare, funny enough, a Touch of Tuscan. And I think she was bred by the Parkers at Ascot Stud. But anyway, Negramara, superstar. Write her in your book and have a close look at her for the future. The next winner is the Dingans, and we go on and have a look at Noah from Goa. Beautifully named. This was a tussle to the line and a great race. 2 top jockeys fighting it out.
It's a length and a half clear of Lineker, who races away in second. Noah from Go has now settled down somewhat. He's in third position. Then came Jubilee Lion. Trading Profit is in the all blue. Ricky Tiki Tana, King of Chaos, is nearest us as they move into the final 500 metres. It's New Predator on the lead. Noah from Goa just about levels up. Then came Lineker. Jubilee Lion is in fourth. Ricky Tiki Tana is fifth. There 300 metres left to go. New Predator clings on to the lead. Noah from Goa now needs to pull out all the stops. Then came Lineker and Abashiri starting to catch the eye at their inside, but it's New Predator over Noah from Goa. New Predator half a length. Noah from Goa sparcing things up as they get down to the closing stages. Noah from Goa. Noah from Goa has beaten New Predator. Then came
Yep, you can't keep a man like Mark de Kock down for long, and he bounced back to win the Dingans again. A very good ride by Anthony Delpeche, who's allowed to ride in this meeting even though he's serving his suspension because of Group 1 racing. So well done to him, well done to Mary, well done to the clients. This was a gutsy performance. I see Herbert was up there, he's got a share.
Well, the whole team, you know, Gary Westwater, they were involved in the RMG syndicate, the Rich Man's Gold syndicate with Joe van Streepen. Mary, Mike, so at least Mike can pay for his lunch that he had on Friday. You know, he has this big lunch on Friday. Did you get across there?
No, I was down here.
Oh, you were down here, so you missed out on the lunch. I missed out as well. And but the McVeighs, the whole bang shooting match, Gary Grant, Chris Haynes, and this Tiger Ridge, apparently there was a problem when it was sold. And whoever was meant to buy it didn't buy it or whatever, and then they decided to put it together in the same bunch of people.
Okay.
And they deserve every bit of it. Tiger Ridge has been a fantastic servant to Mary. This is out of a mare that she bred, Limerick by Fort Wood.
Yeah,
so,
I remember the mother. The runner-up also lightly raced, had one race less than Noah from Go, a new Predator, the new approach horse. Very good gutsy run from the front, James.
He's got a pedigree too, this horse. He's out of a Fastnet Rock mare. This is proper Australian breeding, and he won't be stopping there. He'll be a very, very good horse. We then go to the Summer Cup, the big one, Group 1, and Jeff Woodruff seems to have a stranglehold on this race. I think Mike de Kock and Jeff Woodruff between them have won it 10 times in the last 15 years.
Very good.
It's something, a ridiculous statistic. They bring out their horses fit. That's how they win these races. Let's go and pick up the Summer Cup at the start. Race 7, 2,000 meters. It's the jewel in the crown of the Highveld summer season.
2 million rand. Gauteng comes alive with a running of the Sansui Summer Cup. 2 million rand, and away they go. The maximum field of 20 runners sent on their way. The captain's tune was first to respond as the early leader. Platinum Jet got away to a good start. Diesel Jet, Dynamic Alarm were quick to respond to. ML Jet is no more than 3 lengths off the leader. Ultimate Dollars caught deep with Deo Giventi further back to Power King, then Master Sabina. Saint-Tropez races 8 lengths off the leader. 2 away to Disco L, flying the flag in behind that Easy Lover half. The deficit and Judicial is quite a long way out of its ground. Magdalago. French Navy's 14 lengths off the leader. 2 lengths away to the Centenary, and the back marker is Yerman as they go away to the furthest point of the track with 1,400 meters left to run in the Gauteng Sansui Summer Cup. And the leader is the captain's tune. It leads it by a length from Diesel Jet, who's run up into second. ML Jet on the paint in third. Alarms back in fourth position. They followed by Platinum Jet. On the outside of that is Dynamic, the orange cap. Ultimate Dollar races to go with the Power King. They got no more than 6 lengths to track down. Then comes Master Sabina. Saint-Tropez's got 7 lengths to make up. Wider out is Deo Giventi. Disco L follows them, then half the deficit. Magdalagos, they turn for him, 10 to go. With Judicial further back, and the captain's tune has pulled out the race as they turn for home. In the Gauteng Sansui Summer Cup, 600 meters to go. Diesel Jet, ML Jet, Platinum Jets along the inside. Flying the flag is coming home. Ultimate Dollars on the stand side. Power King produced. Just behind them, Dynamic. Down the inside is Saint-Tropez, 400 to go. Platinum Jet, Power King. Saint-Tropez down the inside. Master Sabina is looking for the lead. Ultimate Dollar and Deo Giventi. It's a wall of horses with 200 to go. Master Sabina down the inside. French Navy's bursting through. French Navy, Master Sabina, Deo Giventi on the outside. Deo Giventi, Master Sabina, French Navy down the inside. Here comes the line. Master Sabina won it from Deo Giventi, French Navy, Judicial.
Yeah, well, a great success for Jeffrey Woodruff. He, as James alluded to, doing very well in these big Summer Cup races. First and second from him, and the objection was overruled. The runner-up objected against the winner. Very little between them, but well done to Michael de Brolio. He bred this horse, and he's a guy who's with a small band of horses is having great success.
Yeah, well, he started off with the mother, Sabina Park. Sabina Park is
the cricket.
Yeah, as West Indians call it.
Yeah,
Sabina Park.
Sabina Park. Yeah,
and that's where he started. And I think he stood the mare at Fastfontein, and they bred this mare to some of the best horses around. And she's produced a band of horses for Michael de Brolio. Apparently, he wasn't there. But this horse had a tendon. He pulled a tendon a year ago or 2 years ago. If you look at his career, July 14th, October 14th, he never ran till October 15th. So he had one warm-up before this race, ran 4.4 behind Saint-Tropez, and then ended up winning the Summer Cup. That's a masterful feet by Jeff Woodruff.
Yeah, wonderful to Jeff. Just looking at French Navy, giving the two that beat at 6 kilos and 5.5 and 4.5 kilos. It was a wonderful run. French Navy
gave the winner 3.5 kilos.
And the runner-up, Deo Giventi, 5.5.
Yeah.
So it was a very good run, James, when you consider he was beaten just about half a length. Magdalago, I thought that was a bit unlucky.
Was extremely unlucky. I think it made a hash of the start and ended up way out of his ground, and he really never got through until about 100 to run, and did run on really well. I thought he was an unlucky horse of the race. If you're going to have an unlucky horse of the race, Power King ran with his usual guts and determination. Judicial, Tyrone Zachary, he has a...
Tyrone who?
Tyrone Zaki.
Oh, I thought you said Zachary.
Zachary.
Ed Zachary. That's Ed Zachary.
Ed Zachary's brother.
Tyrone Zachary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he has a knack of pulling out these big prize horses
he's
and
very
these big
good
features. You've always got to put him in the play, Tyrone.
He's very good, Tyrone.
But it was a triumph for Sansui. I think Chris Dirks and the team did a wonderful job. The branding was fantastic. You see the branding on all the paddock fences was in that pink Sansui. There are a couple of the boys, those Cape Town boys who arrived, loved the pink. They tell me that it really was. Yeah,
no,
it made their day.
It was a great day.
Yeah,
and, great day.
And as a result, you know, everyone had a good time. Can we move on?
We can go on now to the Bradlow's Morkel's Ipitombi Challenge Grade 2. Everyone was saying it's going to be a match race between the top two, and it turned out to be, with the roles being reversed from their last run. And again, we've seen the success of Ideal World, James.
This is a very good filly. When it gets to 9, 10 furlongs, 12 furlongs, this filly is top class. Smart Call. I like her a lot. She's a real galloper. And watch how she runs down the favourite. This was just some type of run. I think she's fantastic. Let's go and pick up Smart Call.
Heyman. Things get a little bit more frantic up front, and Bichette has guarded them into the home straight. Smart Call is at her outside. She's in second position. Then comes Celtic Legend. Trophy Wife is fourth. She's edged ahead of Love to Sail. London, Pennington Sands, they're the last two. 500 metres left to go. Bichette and Smart Call. This is the race that many were expecting. Trophy Wife is racing 4 lengths away in third. They have 300 metres left to go. Smart Call nearest us. Bichette is under the pump. Then comes Trophy Wife. London is next. Bichette is digging down deep. Smart Call. The stops are getting pulled out on her. Bichette's on the far side. Smart Call has the nose in front. It's Smart Call over Bichette, and Smart Call has beaten Bichette. Then came London, Trophy Wife, Pennington Sands, Celtic Legend.
Yeah, cracking good race. These two fillies had dominated the betting, and they dominated the race, with the rest never really getting a blow. And all the way up the stretch, they fought it down to Waishong and Blink Kumalo. And as you say, this filly is very smart.
And she's out of a horse chestnut, man. So,
yeah,
you know, you start getting the whole Maritzfontein saga all in that pedigree. And wonderful to see that she's that good. She's won a Group 1 already. This Ipitombi Challenge has been downgraded to a Group 2. It used to be a Group 1. And it's a shame, because I really believe you've got the best fillies, older fillies you can find. It might have been a small field, but gee, it was full with quality. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting to the end of it, and the last race we go to, which was the Racing Association Handicap. They go 2 miles around Turfentine, and the interesting horse was the horse that won it, because this was the horse that there was that hoo-ha about Kamalo not riding it to the best of his ability.
Oh, is this the horse?
This is the
there
horse.
There was what a hoo-ha.
Yeah, hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha hula-ha.
There was a hoo-ha, but just touch on it. Where's that target, James? I actually saw an advert from David put out an advert, and the stats aren't bad on the stallion.
This is a very nice horse. I saw this horse at Philip Cahan's, and he is a really, really nice horse. Where's that tiger? It's out of Sashi Pegasus mare. I think Larry and the boys bred it, and they kept it with Tony Bott, another Australian.
Another Australian,
you be careful of him, Tony.
Tony's big mates with them, and he does a lot of purchasing for them.
He's apparently,
he's the man.
He's a proper manoeuvrer there. Yeah.
He's the man. But
Tony.
Super Tube...
his son's the agent for one of the big farms now.
Is that right?
Yeah, his son's working for one of the big farms. You can ask Barry.
Barry will know.
Give Barry a burry, and we'll see if we can ask him something.
Okay, we'll ask him.
Yeah.
Bone Barry.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look.
Tube.
Super Tube.
Let's
have a look.
just talk about Super Tube quickly. He's always looked like he'll stay all day, and he certainly showed them that he stayed like an unwanted niece. And Kamalo at last got one past the post. So let's go and have a look at the last 600 meters of the Racing Association Cup.
The home straight in Nada's further back. Then came Storm Winning. Fulcrum's gone a miss. That's broken down at the back of the field. They have 700 metres left to go, and Savage Wind has a 3-length lead, and second place is Shimmering Gem. Cool Chardonnay begins to tighten up nearest us, and that's got 2 to make up. Look at Cool Chardonnay, he's starting to quicken. Savage Wind at its inside. Super Tube is in the all blue. Then Arch Rival, Fortune Fella, Jay's outsider, and Nada's in there as well. They have 350 metres left to go. The sticker's out on Cool Chardonnay. Super Tube is in the blue, and Storm Warning is starting to catch the eye, and he's warming up over towards the inside. Super Tube in the white blinkers is the leader. Cool Chardonnay nearest us. Then comes Storm Warning. It's Super Tube over Cool Chardonnay, but Super Tube is going away to win it. Super Tube from Cool Chardonnay. Then came Storm Warning. Enard was next. Further back to our travel.
Yeah, very good win, getting Sean Terry on the board with Samunga Kumalo. But this horse really stayed well, James. Quickened up well too.
Yeah, he came from off them. He had a run a week ago and just a warm-up, and that seemed to have done the trick, and he really, really won a very, very nice race. So he might be a stayer to be reckoned with. He could be the Gold Cup horse this year.
Yeah.
He's always shown he's got some ability, but probably needed to be grafted a little bit.
Yeah, he's done well. I think this horse, as you say, is still on the up.
Yeah. So that was the day. There were a number of other races which were pretty good as well, quite fun, and everyone seemed to have had a good time. And supposedly there was a big crowd there. The numbers came out, and
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. James, two other bits of racing news. The Japan Cup was run this week, and the Japan Cup went to Shonan Pandora. Now, I don't know the rider. I'm going to have a look at this guy's name. Whoa, Kenizo Ikezo. Do you know?
And what about the trainer's name? Did you know him as well?
No, I didn't know the trainer. I knew the runner-up jockey.
Yeah.
Ryan Moore.
Yutaki Take is the jockey that everyone knows in Japan.
Utaki Take. Well, he's doing a good job. Yeah. This horse came from off them, won a very good race. And the last impact, which is the influence of Deep Impact's amazing.
Well, they ran 1-2, didn't they, again? The Deep Impact.
No, the winner wasn't by Deep
Impact.
Wasn't
it by Deep Impact? Are you sure?
I'm pretty confident it wasn't.
I don't think that you should.
Have I got it wrong?
I think Deep Impact was the winner was by Deep Impact.
Well, it won this race. The first time it's been over 2-4, this horse.
I'm not going to have an argument with you because I've never won an argument with you, and I've certainly never won a bet with you.
But your confidence is good, I can see you. So I'm not going to push this any further.
Yeah.
There was just the Caulfield Cup winner trip to Paris came over.
Yeah.
Finished 14th. The first 15 were within 4 lengths. It was a very close finish over a mile and a half.
Pity, but there you are. It's like
have you seen the stake money the race for, James?
Ask Mace Roberts. He'll tell you. He rode there a few times.
He still got the money.
He bought a few farms with the money that he got.
Yeah, he bought a few farms.
A lot of cattle.
What did he win it with? Lando or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, well done to him. And then, James, I remember people saying American Pharaoh is going for studies, running the Breeders' Cup race, and they said, well, he won so easily, the form is not that strong. Well, him and the other one that came, Honor Code, were retired. Now, the other two who ran in the placings that day stepped out this week. Tunnelist,
yeah.
Cigar Mile Group 1, and the Clark, which is another Group 1, was run by SNX. So that Breeders' Cup race turned out to be a very strong field, just showing how good this American Pharaoh is.
Didn't he run the fastest time ever run at that over that track and distance on Breeders' Cup Day? I think
we'll have to ask.
2 minutes flat for 2,000 meters in the Breeders' Cup. It was unbelievable. I think it was the fastest time ever run at Breeders' Cup.
Okay, well, we can ask Barry that. He was there.
Barry was there.
Barry went.
Okay, we'll find out from Barry.
Yeah.
A couple of other. I've just got one other piece of news. You know, they got this Deauville yearling and mares and foal sale. Our team, Mayfair Speculators, they're ours. Okay.
Yeah, they're ours.
That's our cash. Okay.
Yeah.
Bought a Dubawi on the sale for 720,000 guineas.
Okay.
One of the top prices on the sale. So it's just fabulous to see them. They bought it in partnership with Gavin. What's his name? Peter Doyle.
Peter the Bloodsucker. Peter and Ross Doyle.
Yeah, Peter and Ross Doyle. And it was a foal.
I believe they could be coming out to the CTSL.
Who's that?
The Doyles.
Oh, they always come. They
never
miss the CTSL.
Yeah.
He's a good bloodstock agent, Peter Doyle. I don't know if does he go to Australia? We better get him to go to Australia.
Yeah.
We better talk to Barry.
I think he might be coming in January. That's why I was getting mixed up. Not CTS.
Yeah.
I think he might be
January.
coming.
That's it. Well, we're going to be chatting about the January sale. You'll find out all about it, what the catalogue looks like, and everything from Barry now.
Absolutely.
But listen, don't go too hard on him.
No. Okay, I'll save a bit.
He's one of those young men from Australia that are going to have a hard time.
Having
to go back home and tell them that, you know, he was on this show. That's not going to do him much good. Anyway, we're looking forward to seeing Barry. He will be back with Laff.
Right, welcome to Your Call. As we said earlier in the show, we've got Barry Bowditch, who's the bloodstock manager for Magic Millions. He's out here with Chook, and they're going around the country to give people their catalogues for their big upcoming sales. And Barry, thanks very much for coming in. Wonderful to have you here.
It's great to be here, Larry. Always good to be in South Africa.
You've had a few trips out here. Now you're getting to know the lay of the land.
Yeah, no, I've been very well welcomed here, and I'm enjoying myself.
Absolutely. You were up at the Summer Cup. You had a good time.
Yeah, great day at Summer Cup. Well looked after. Backed a few winners, so no, it was good fun.
They were they certainly did look after us. You know.
Yeah, they did.
It was very good. And now let's talk about the upcoming sale, because where's Vin? Vin's overseas.
Vin was in Japan for the Japan Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's there at this stage. We've got a few boys in Europe doing the rounds there.
So let's just touch on that, Barry. Your team goes everywhere.
Yeah, we spread abroad and just look to find a few new buyers and market our sale and show the Australian product off to the best availability.
Yeah, just talking about the company.
Yeah.
Now, Magic Millions haven't been going that long.
No, we started in 1986, but since then we've evolved. Probably over the last 4 to 5 years, we've gone from being the #2 company to selling the highest turnover each year in Australia.
Yeah, the last couple of years you've managed to sell from a couple of major dispersal sales.
Yeah, that's right. We had a dispersal sale a couple of years ago, Tearley Assets,
yes.
And that grossed us some 28 million off the top of my head. And
what about, what was he called, the Walrus, what was his name?
Oh, Nathan Tinkler, Patnack. Yeah, we had a couple of dispersal sales for him.
A couple, eh?
Yeah, cleaned him out. But no, that was also well received. Actually, New Predator that raced second on Saturday for Lawrence Werner's come from the Patnack sale.
Is that right?
Yeah.
The runner-up in the Dingons?
Yes.
Yeah, Lawrence is a buyer of international bloodstock too, as are a lot of people out this neck of the woods. And year in and year out, you guys are throwing out top horses. And is that, I get the stats from all around the world. Doing very well, aren't you?
Yeah, we seem to be holding our own. As you know, we've got great figures here in South Africa. Back home, our horses are dominating, dominating year in, year out. They're going to Europe, racing at Royal Ascot, Hong Kong. They're doing a great job.
Now, you've got the two major operators, yourself and Inglis. And
that's right.
Who determines where they're going to place their horses? Because they've got the Easter sale, which is a big sale.
Yeah.
Who determines that? Do you have to go to breeders, or do the breeders come to you? Or?
Yeah, basically both sale companies will market themselves to the vendor. It's the vendor's choice where they want to sell their horse. I felt I go around and select the yearlings for the Magic Millions with my team. I feel over the last couple of years it's become easier for us to get a better product. Yeah, so we're very happy with the catalogue we put together for 2016.
The numbers that go, people don't realise out there how many horses go through the ring in Australia, and I think your June sale, May, June, it's 2,000 horses.
2,000 horses, yeah.
There's 1,000 horses in January.
That's right. It's an increased catalogue. We had 912 last year, up to 1,016. So and we haven't dropped the quality. The quality's up as it has been the last couple of years, and we expect the sale to be as strong as it has been.
Just watching that advert, that intro, it's place to be at that time of
Beautiful
year.
place with beautiful people, Paul.
Yeah, it really is, and wonderful horses. And people come from all over?
Yeah, all over the world. We'll have Arabs, Europeans, Americans. The American play in Australia at the moment is quite strong. The dollar's helping them out, so we've got quite a lot of Americans there. Hopefully a few South Africans, and obviously our domestic market's always quite strong.
Yeah, so that sounds very good. But let's talk about the South African influence, because that's why we're here.
Yeah.
I've noticed in my town there is an increase of buyers coming out there and buying top horses.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, the horses are the likes of Delago Deluxe, Willow Magic, you know, Alboran Sea.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at some of these that we've got in front of it. Delago Deluxe, and who's gone back to be a stallion there.
We've got 17 of them in our catalogue. This is the first year. Well, Magic Me and Sale in January will be the first time we see yearlings by him. And to be honest, I don't know if you remember the sort of horse he was. He's a magnificent type of horse.
Yeah.
And his yearlings will be extremely well admired, I'm predicting. Yeah.
Now, he stands as a New Haven?
New Haven Park for the Kelly family. Yeah, so...
and they're wonderful people too. So
yeah, they're great supporters of the company.
Great supporters. So, so then Wiley Hall, Michael Leaf, there's a horse who is out of the top draw.
Yeah, another horse off New Haven Park. He was sold by New Haven Park, but you know, he's a horse obviously, you know, lost to Durban July, unfortunately, and then I actually was fortunate enough to see him win here this year at Johannesburg in April. The Group 1. But, he's been a great horse for Magic Means.
Great horse. Then let's talk about another one of the guys who buys a lot of horses from yourselves is Hassan Adams. Now he had Give Me the Green Light.
He did, yes. We actually got a 3/4 to him in the catalogue this year by Sebring. But no, he's been a good horse, and now he's standing here at stud. I saw his first yearlings here this year, and I'd say he'll create a good impression here over the next few years.
Absolutely. There's a lot of good talk about the Give Me the Green Lights, very much so. Willow Magic, Harry's Son, Fighting Warrior, Happy Archer, all Group 1 winners.
All proper horses, yeah.
All proper horses. And I'm just looking at the page here talking about horses that have gone around the world as well, with Schnitzel, Dissident, Piero, Atlantic Jewel. Now, that wasn't Bester, that Lunatic Bester involved with that.
Yeah, I think he was part of the purchase for Atlantic Jewel, and she, other than Black Caviar at the time, she was Australia's champion mare. She was beaten once or twice in her career and won 5 or 6 Group 1s. She was a fantastic mare.
Yeah, because Bester was influential enough getting Harry's Son. He took Phil and I to go look at Harry's Son. He seems to do his homework well.
He does, you know. But that sale, you know, we had Piero come out of that sale, $230,000 purchase. Coolmore ended up buying him after he won the Slipper for some $35 million.
If people don't seem to realise the figures here, if a horse wins at the Blue Diamond and the Slipper, which are speed contests, which the Australians love, they go for massive money. What type of money are you talking?
Well, Vancouver this year won the Golden Slipper. After the Golden Slipper, Coolmore purchased him for $40 million.
Was he?
Yeah, and he was a $185,000 yearling purchase for a syndicate that Gay put together, and they were fortunate enough to come away with the.
Very good horses coming off both the sales, and I'm just looking at the source of your stakes winners. Amazing. I've just spoken about the top few, but there's plenty of others that win stakes races.
Yeah, we've had massive numbers of stakes winners the last 3 years. I think it's 149 stakes winners in Australia over the last 3 seasons, which is a big number.
That's a lot, eh? And top class colts. I was looking through the colts, but what you have done for me, you've given me a bit of a upfront bit of news here about the horses that are linked to South African horses.
Right. Yeah.
And it's interesting to see. Now, there's 17 Delago Deluxes. How do you think they'll sell?
I think they'll sell quite well. They're very good-looking horses. Good types like him, strong, you know, built like the Australian horse in Costa Delago style. Look, I think anyone who comes and looks at them will be very, very pleased with what they see.
Will any fall through the cracks?
Hopefully we can find one for you later.
Yeah, I got a 5-year Delago. Yeah. He was a superb racehorse, and as you say, in Costa Delago. So we've got lot 29 is a Delago Deluxe, which I'm pleased to see. And then another one that will make people sit up, maybe Fred Crabbier or Roy Moodley, 2 major players in the industry in South Africa. Lot 37s by All Too Hard. Now, All Too Hard is related to Black Caviar, am I right?
That's right, yeah, half brother. He was $1 million yearling. Obviously raced by Nathan Tinkler, now stands at Vinery Stud. We have some 47 of them in our catalogue, and they'll be very well admired. They're big, strong, forward-looking horses.
He got Casino Prince rolling.
That's, he's by Casino Prince, yeah. So he's Flying Spurline back to Danehill.
Yeah, Flying Spur. And in that second dam is Fighting Warrior and Royal Zulu Warrior. 2 superb racehorses to race out here.
Yeah, that's right.
So there should be some. I know Roy is going out to the sale, Roy Moodley, and his, excuse me, and his wife Mumsy. Fred might have representation as there as well. It could be interesting to get a few South Africans. Then there's a couple more I wanted to touch on with you. There's still a big influence of Tracy's Element.
There is, yeah. We've got a couple of fillies from the Tracy's Element pedigree up close this year. One of our main breeders there in Australia, John Hutchins, Element Hill. He raced Typhoon Tracy out of the mare, and he's bought a lot. He owns Tracy's Element and breeds out of her, and he's decided now to start selling a few fillies from the pedigree. And look, they're hard. It's a hard family to get into, especially on the female side. So we think they'll be very well sought after.
Yeah. Well, time for a break just to have a look at our graduates from the Magic Million sales, and it was our good friend James Goodman's horse, Make My Own Luck, who won during the week, and well done. This was bought out of Wooden Stud, who've sent some decent horses out this neck of the woods too. Wooden Stud have got Lineker, that came from Wooden Stud, but Make My Own Luck, Jimbo Goodman's horse, winning from the other day. All right, Barry, I'm just going back to some of these pedigrees in here to see which ones you've linked up, but there certainly are a good few with the South African connection.
Yeah, there's a good connection in the catalogue. Like, I think you'll come to a pedigree there in a minute, a colt by Star Spangled Banner, who is the horse is a half brother to Alboran C. Obviously champion mare here in South Africa, and he's a good, strong, forward-running sort of horse. Looks like an early type.
Yeah.
Obviously Schwarzy's been good here. Star Spangled Banner.
Schwarzy has been good everywhere.
Yeah. So being by a son of Schwarz here, half to a top mare here, we expected to have good appeal to the South African buyer.
How's the stallion been doing, Star Spangled Banner?
Yeah, we had limited numbers.
Yes.
He couldn't get a lot of mares in file, but off limited numbers, both in Europe and in Australia, he's had good stakes winning success.
Yeah, and I'm looking at one here, again, and All Too Hard. The second laissez-faire. Now I think that was Bester was involved with that as well.
Procrastinate, laissez-faire. Yeah, it stinks of Bester, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's got Bester written all over it. Yeah,
it's been a good pedigree for us in Australia and here in South Africa, and a filly that closely related to Procrastinate and laissez-faire is
yes,
it'll be popular.
Very popular. I'm just having a look at. And also, there's another Fred Crabbier one. There's a Foxwedge. Now, they sold well, the Foxwedges.
They did. He's got his first year running at the moment. They're showing great promise. Okay. A lot of them are doing really well in the trials and just starting to hit the racetrack. So we expect him to be a good stallion in years to come.
It's the family of Otimo, which is Fred Crabbier. And I'm looking down, just going through the ones you got for me. The Star Spangled Banner one, yeah, that's the Fastnet Rock. Are they still top of the tree?
So top of the tree. He's our highest service feed horse. He's a very popular horse, and his size sons are starting to make an impression. So you know, he'll be popular again.
Yeah, this lot 370 is the Star Spangled Banner you're talking about. Alboran C.
That's right.
Superb filly out here for Mary.
Yeah, you know, the horse is being sold by Anthony Mithen, Rosemont Stud, down in Victoria.
Anthony Mithen, yeah.
And he's got a great profile behind him through Alboran C and other horses. He stands Star Spangled Banner now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. So
was it a Coolmore horse initially?
He was a Coolmore horse, and he owned a small share in him. And when he was having a few issues, Anthony took him on and looked after him, and he's doing.
His fertility improved?
Look, they look after him, but he's getting more. He's going okay. Yeah.
Okay, and that Alboran C was Michael de Kock trained horse, was very good out this way. Again, there's a chestnut colt is by Sepoy out of the family of Star Witness, and we've seen the influence of Star Witness.
Yeah, well, Star Witness being a good stallion, you know, the horses like Lineker and Azzy's filly on Saturday. Look, that colt being by Sepoy, who's getting his early runners, he's got a very, very good horse about to start in Australia next Saturday. We expect the Sepoys to be the early running style horse, and that colt will do well.
And then lot 388 is a Delago Deluxe from New Haven, and also a very nice pedigree. So it does look good, and there's 17 of them. So people are going to get out there.
Plenty to choose from. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Fastnet Rocket, a Tracy Elements family. I'm just looking through them. There's a wonderful connection for South Africa if you look deep enough. And funnily enough, I found with my purchasing over there, the Aussies aren't. You don't have to pay that much if it's got a South African family. We're inclined to get it a little cheaper than if it was.
Well, it's got more appeal for you guys than what it does for us, so they can slip through the cracks and you can get them for the right price.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. The family of I'm Invincible. There was an I'm Invincible one the other day.
Well, the I'm Invincible pedigree links you back to Tamani here in South Africa, who's been good, I think, for Tarry over the last 12 months. Yeah.
And then the Sebring. Now, Sebring's not a cheap stallion, but it's a half to Give Me the Green Light, as we said earlier. This will be a nice horse.
Yeah, it's out of a Group 1 winning mare who won our Coolmore Stakes.
Of Course I Can.
Yeah, Of Course I Can. That's her.
Of Course I Can.
And you know, he's a big colt. Him. Sebring's well represented in a sale. He's got over 50 lots. So you know, he's probably one of our leading and most up and coming stallions in Australia.
Another one here now. The American stallion Congrats. They've got a half. Is this a brother? It's a half brother to Entisar.
Entisar, yeah, with champion 2-year-old.
Yeah, very good. So this has got Michael de Kock trains that.
Yeah.
You know, this has got to show a lot of interest for people out here. Then there's a More Than Ready, and the sons of More Than Ready are doing well.
They are. Yeah. Well, Sebring's probably the perfect example. He's doing incredibly well.
Yeah, doing exceptionally well. I'm just looking through at some of these two. Schnitzel still going?
Schnitzel's going well. He's our most represented stallion. He'd have 57 in the catalogue, I think it is, and you know, he's our tried and true. They just win races. They're there every Saturday and do a great job.
I see there. Not a single doubt's having a lot of winners.
He is. He's a great 2-year-old sire. They're training on more so now, and you know, I think we've got 30 odd of them in our catalogue, so we're quite excited by how the Not a Single Doubts are going at the moment.
Yeah. He's from the family of Super Sheila, which a lot of people out there will remember that. And then there's a Street Cry, and this is from the family of Delago Deluxe in the first dam.
Well, it's owned and being sold by Jerry Harvey, who owns Magic Millions, Barrymore Stud, and you know, we've sold. I think Michael Leaf bought the half brother to this last year at the sale.
Okay.
And you know, Delago Deluxe, obviously he'll be popular at the sale, and you know, this horse has got staying potential both here and in Australia.
That's right. And then there's a family of Sweet Sonette. People will remember that. Yeah, there's some really good ones, and you've got a great spread of stallions, haven't you?
We do. We've got some 80 stallions in the catalogue, so there's a horse for everyone.
Yeah, it looks like it's a very good catalogue. 1,016 horses.
Yeah.
Now the dates. Let's talk about the dates, because if people want to get out there, bear in mind you have South African passport, you have to have a visa, and that takes a few weeks. But get hold of me if you ever want to get out there and get to the sale, because it's, as you say, it's bigger and better.
The event is a lot of fun. You know, the event behind the sale is just a great time. Anyone who comes back, because it's just an amazing experience. And you know, the sale will run from the 6th to the 10th.
Yeah.
Horses will be on the complex from New Year's Day to be inspected, and obviously we sell, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night after our $10 million race day.
That's a $10 million race day.
Yeah, it's exclusive to horses only being sold by Magic Millions.
Yeah.
We have 7 races worth $1 million Australian or more. And the whole race day is worth $10 million, which is this is the first time ever that it's worth $10 million, which has been increased from some $4 million.
It's a big jump.
Yeah.
And just get those dates right. So the sale starts on, there we go, there it is. Discover the Magic at the Gold Coast in Australia from the 6th to the 10th of January. And the carnival, tell us more about the carnival.
Well, the carnival runs obviously on first New Year's Day, that's our first day of inspections. The next day there's a race day, a race day leading into the sale, and then we have our cocktail party on the Tuesday night, and then the sale starts Wednesday, and we run through to Sunday with the horse sale.
Excellent. Barry, thanks very much for coming and letting people know. That's exactly what you can look forward to. And as I say, get hold of me, and if you're a keen person to want to get out there and buy and upgrade your broodmare band or buy yourself a stallion potential, you'll get hold of me. Barry, thanks once again for coming in.
Pleasure, Paul.
Excellent. There we are, Barry Bowditch, who is the bloodstock manager out at Magic Millions. The sale that starts early in the new year, gets the new year rolling, and that concludes your call.
Graceful Anna, the leader. Graceful Anna. Graceful Anna.